when I got there, I was really surprised at how friendly people were. I thought, okay, this place is cold. This place is really dark in the winter. People aren't going to be very nice, but I really grew to admire their kindness and their openness with strangers, people they didn't know, especially missionaries. Now, there are always people that are closed or not as open to talk to you, but for the most part, I found people really helpful. I found people very willing to help me with the language, with understanding how their country worked. I noticed that they love to talk about their country. The Netherlands is so small. If it's probably 5 times in the state of Utah and probably 7 times in California, it's just tiny. But the people there are very close to their culture. They're very aware of what is considered Dutch and what's not. And I feel like the quicker you can love what is Dutch and what they consider important, the faster they grow to love you and appreciate you. The people work really hard. I loved that, especially as a missionary. They seem to work and want to work so hard at what they do. When people were at work, they were working. And when they were at home, they were with their family. And I loved seeing that family was a center of the culture. Also, they're very independent people. They like to do things themselves, and they definitely have their opinions about life and religion and the world around them and what should be happening and what shouldn't. But I feel like that's everywhere. It just seemed to come out stronger in the Dutch people. Some of my dearest friends are Dutch, and I feel like I learned the most from their openness with me about the gospel and about life and about answering questions that of my heart and of my life that I didn't know where to search for answers.
I absolutely love their ability to cook and to be willing to share their love and passion for the things that they do. When you compliment them on their food, they're more than willing to just sit and explain how they made it and what all went into it, and to just keep giving you more since you like it. And I love how smart they are. They make sure to think things through and that it makes sense, and they're very smart and logical, and that was something that I needed a lesson in, to be thoughtful about the things that I do and to take the time about decisions and things. They're just very, very strong examples of how to live their life, of being smart with money, being smart with school, and so that's something that I admire about them, that they are very independent and strong-willed, but also rely on their families, that their families are important to them. I love the trains and the bikes. I love that they don't depend on personal cars, that that things are still, I don't know what the best way to put it is, but that you can just hop on a train to get to work, or you just get on your bike to go to the grocery store and you're carrying all of your grocery bags on the handlebars, and how minimal they are, I guess. How humble they are and willing to work for the things that they have. And I'm also very thankful for their honesty, for their willingness to help, even if it's hurtful, because it's hard to take criticism. But I love their honesty because it really shows who they are and how much they care.
One of the things that I love about them, just that I saw in my time there, is they work, especially, the native Dutch people, they work really well in a society together. They all they do their part, and they're pretty conscious of, the effect they have on the community as a whole. obviously not everyone, but that's a general trend that I noticed. You know, just for an example, they do pretty well at recycling. That's something that they make a big point of. They have lots of facilities and different things to service that, and then they're just aware of people around them. You know, they don't want it. They won't ever impose on you. You know, sometimes you might get the wrong impression that they're not friendly because they won't necessarily just strike up a random conversation all the time. But, you know, if you ask for help, they're more than willing to help you. You know, if you need to find something or you just need help figuring something out on the street. I've had so many nice people. And then, you know, when you do get to know them, you have a reason to talk to them, you know, a friend of theirs, they're so hospitable, really nice people. And they go out of their way to just, and they love sharing about the country, and they love sharing about just things that they love in the area. A lot of them have lived in the cities or the areas that they lived. If they lived there for a while, I mean, they're really aware of what there is to do there. Not only what to do, but just the history and the culture. They feel a part of it, and it's. I think that it also does exist in some places in the States, but I notice it's really prevalent there. And it's interesting because it's such a small area, but you know, just every area that they live, they love and they take care of it, and it for me, that's something great to see. And they have art all over their cities, very interesting art. It's well groomed, well maintained, especially in the Netherlands, and it's just nice to see how much they care about it, and will help you out as well.